Well, hello, and happy Saturday, everyone. Happy live stream, happy weekend, happy all the good stuff. How is everyone today? Also, it's 3 minutes past 6, which officially means I'm a minute earlier than I normally am. If that doesn't deserve a round of applause, I don't know. One of these days before Christmas, I promise you guys, I'll be actually on time. I was rushing around making myself a cup of tea, which, by the way, I've got in my favourite seagull mug, so we're all good on that front. And yeah, it's time to sit down and do all of our usual Saturday live stream stuff. So how is everyone today? Do we have any news? Are we trying any new skincare? Have we got any gossip? Anything going? Just let me know in the comment section below. Now, before I get told off by Sheriff Tom for telling me that I've missed all of the housekeeping stuff, which I always miss at the start of these live streams, let's just quickly blast through all of that. So, for those of you that are new to the live streams, welcome. We do these every Saturday at 6 p.m. UK time, which is 7 p.m. European time, which is 1 p.m. East Coast time, 10 a.m. West Coast time, and somewhere in the dim, distant midnight or early hours over in Australia and New Zealand. So I always say, if you're watching from Oz or New Zealand, I'm sending you the world's biggest love, because that is dedication. I'm going to have to learn a new time record, so I can add another country into the list. So let me know what time it is wherever you guys are, and I'll kind of factor that into next week's. I'll pick one at random and factor it into next week's. So here on the Mad About Skin live stream, slightly different to some other live streams that you might see on YouTube. You don't need to ask your question multiple times. I go through all the questions in the order that they come in. I feel that's just the fairest way of making sure everyone gets the chance to have their question answered. So just drop it in the chat and I will get round to you as soon as possible. And I'm sending a big love to Tom specifically, because Tom is our sheriff in town. He moderates these live streams every single week. And I know I say it every single week, but I genuinely couldn't do it without him. And if anyone wants proof of that, check the live stream that we did, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, where I kept saying throughout the whole thing, oh, Tom will just leave that. Oh, no, Tom won't. No. So if you have any proof that we definitely need Tom, and he's an integral part to all of this, just check out that live stream. So a big thank you to Tom for once again, just being fabulous. Now, let's do some hellos. Then I've got some bits to talk through. Then we're going to go into some questions and all of that good stuff. It is getting really dark here in the UK, so I've got a light, which actually I think might be a little bit harsh, but we're working with it. So a big hello to Tom, to Hells of Oz, to Maz, to Carolyn. Great to see you, Penny, Sane. Wonderful to have you, Amy, Danny, Rita, Stephanie, Jan, international language. Always love reading that out. Debbie, great to have you. Suzanne, we missed you last week. Glad to have you back. You and Jan. Labrexa, Alicia, Kirsten, Veronica, Sweet Tea. All of what I call the old crowd, but I mean that in the nicest terms, in been around the longest with the channel, not as in old, because we are all well, at least we're all pretending to be 25 if you're me anyway. So we're going to pass into, I've got a couple of things to talk about, then we're going to get into the questions. So anyone that has watched this channel even for a nanosecond knows that I am an absolute fangirl for Christmas. Christmas is my favourite time of the whole year, ban on. And I kind of get into the Christmas vibes from about October-ish. So be prepared to start seeing a Christmas tree in the background from a couple of weeks' time. I know. You can all read me to filth for it. Was it last year or was it the year before? Last year, I think. Suzanne and Jan, who were in the chat, bought me the world's best Christmas pudding hat, which Tom has forever... This is why I have to remain friends with Tom for life, because he has a screenshot of me wearing said hat with the worst picture ever, and I feel he's going to blackmail me with it at some point in the future. But to complement that, because obviously I'll be wearing it again this year, I did buy Marcel, my cat, the cutest thing in the world. This was described as a naughty elf outfit, but to anybody that can see it, that's definitely a Christmas tree, but that is a cat Christmas tree outfit. So closer to Christmas, you will be seeing Marcel in that, and yes, I won't hear anyone say anything other than he will look adorable in that, because that's just a fact. In terms of new skincare this week, I've been trying out 2 new things. So this is the Dr. Sam Flawless Cleansing Water. It's just a micellar water. They call everything flawless in their line, and actually, genuinely speaking, I enjoy most of their products. I'm just going to very quickly try and multitask and double check that the internet connection is all good, because sometimes we have a bit of a problem with the internet. But no, it looks like we're strong. We're good to go. So this is their micellar water. I like most of the stuff from the Dr. Sam range. I didn't get on with the moisturizer, and I didn't like the sunscreen, but everything else I really loved. So I was keen to try it. They sent me out, and I thought, okay, let's give it a go. I've only used maybe 4 times, but you know what? It's actually a really effective micellar water. Is it more effective than the dirt cheap Garnier one? I don't know, jury's out, so I'll let you know. But I am really, really enjoying it. I'm also loving this. Was sent to me. This is the Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Aftershower Mist, which is like a moisturizing. If you could see that. Moisturizing mist. I probably should have done that. I definitely should have done that. Fragrance free, and it's got oat peptides in here, which I love oatmeal to calm and soothe. So I did a little shorts video today with my new favorite hack is to use a little niacinamide on the body where you might have like a bit of discoloration, and anywhere. I don't want to use the term chafing because I hate that word. But you know, sometimes you get a bit of chafing, you get a bit of discoloration, or you might have a breakout and a bit. Oh, we talk about all the sexy topics here on Mad About Skin. Put a bit of niacinamide on, top it off with this. Literally fades it in like 2 weeks, which I love. So those are my two like new moments, though the Aveeno one's more of an old moment that I just wanted to talk about today. So shall we get into some questions? As always, there is no need to pay to ask you a question. I know some people always ask, because other channels, to have your question answered, you have to like pay or make a donation or something like that. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. All the questions will be answered in the order that they come in, so we're going to do that. I'm going to take a big, in fact, all we ask for in return is that you minimize the chat. Hop over to that like button, give it a gentle caress, don't smash it, we don't do any smashing here, we're too civilised for that. Gently caress that like button, and then hop back into the chat. That's like the only payment requested. And that does really help the channel, because the more likes it gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute the replay of this live stream on its platform. And about 80% of the people who watch these live streams do so on replay, so I'm sending lots of love to the replay squad. Now, I'm going to take a big sip of this tea, and then we're going to get into some of the conversation. That is so good. So good. So we have Hellsville says, oh my god, cup of tea, snuggled up in bed with a runny nose and my dog. Actually, bar the runny nose, that sounds like perfection. Can't think of a better way to spend a Saturday night. Was getting old. Oh, I don't. There were so many things I look at and I think, people are like, oh, I'm off doing this, I'm doing that. And I think, oh god, no, I can't. I love sitting down and watching a good murder mystery with a cup of tea. That I was going to say the heating on, but for the cost of the heating, we'll just have to imagine the heating. And then that's all I really want. It's all good. Though you say, Hells, that it's 28 degrees in Cyprus, so you probably don't need the heating on, which is a blessing at least. Maz says, I wish I was in the middle of buying skincare when this came up. Maz, we love you and happy skincare shopping. Carolyn says, hello, everyone. Hello, Carolyn. Sending you lots and lots of love. Yeah, and a big get well soon, Hells. Hopefully that runny nose clears up in no time at all. Penny, great to see you, my love. Sally says, just hopping by to leave a like, joining the replay squad. Well, I'm sending you lots and lots of love when you come back to watch us on replay. We'll be here for you. All of these live streams are always saved for posterity. I think, like, some of them date back, like, 2 years. I don't know how good the original ones were. We had way more tech issues originally. I mean, we still have tech issues now, but we had way more originally. So they are still there. If anyone wants to watch one of the old live streams, be my guest. We originally, the very original one, which I know Jan will remember. I know Tom will remember. I know a couple of you guys will remember. We used to call it, what do you call it? Face Mask Friday. They were on a Friday. They were pre-filmed. It was really weird. You had to ask a question in advance. They were pre-filmed. I put a face mask on and sat on the sofa behind me and just kind of answered the questions that people had pre-asked. It was very weird. It didn't last for that long, thankfully. We moved on to what I think is a better way of doing a live stream, in my humble opinion, at least. So let me know if you remember the Face Mask Fridays. They were a hoot, to be fair. They were a hoot. So Penny says, got a question about vitamin C. I bought it from Geek and Gorgeous. I love that vitamin C. And I read somewhere that you can't use it every day. Is that true? You can absolutely use vitamin C every day. It depends on the level of sensitivity in your skin. If you have a very sensitive skin type, I would be inclined to use it every other day or like 2 or 3 times a week and build up from there. Like any active, you kind of don't want to go in like full speed from day one, build up to it. So if you've used vitamin C before and your skin tolerated it, then I would probably just use it every single day and you'd be fine. Because that Geek and Gorgeous one, 15% is like mid-strength. If you've never used vitamin C before, use it a couple of times a week and build up from there. I think that applies with any active ingredient at all. Just don't go in too harsh at the start. So Penny says, I watch your channel, I learned so much about science and products. Oh, thank you so much, Penny. We love you. Amy says, happy Saturday, Rob and the Mad About Skin family. Love you, Amy. And sending a big happy Saturday to you. Danny says, yes, happy Saturday to my favourite international Mad About Skin family. And we are 4 corners of the world. I was doing my, like, this is the most boring thing in the world, but I was doing my Mad About Skin, the product range tax return. And we have to do, like, various declarations of various countries. So we mapped out which countries we'd had orders from, and so we could, like, do it. Anyway, there are apparently, depends on which source So don't read me to filth if I've got the exact right. Apparently, it's 196 countries of the world by one definition of what constitutes a country. 196, and we had shipped products to 172 of them. So there are a couple out there. I think the most, I don't want to say obscure, but I think the smallest country that we've shipped to is Vanuatu, which made me very happy because it looks beautiful. I looked at pictures online, I think, oh my god, that looks like a tropical paradise, which is fabulous. And then obviously all the other bigger countries as well. So I can't remember which of like countries stuck in my mind that we hadn't shipped to, but very few of them. So we are truly international. And Danny, we love that you're part of that. Rita says happy Saturday, Rita. I'll find out which countries we haven't, and so that we can like list them and count them off as any orders come in. Stephanie, great to see you, my love. Jan says hello, Mad About Skin family. Happy Saturday. Question for Rob. Jan, you are more than welcome to ask your question. When you say Ocuwake, I can never ever say that. Ocuwake eye cream by Face Theory. It's going off after 3 months. What are the signs of it going off? I've been using mine about that long, but still have loads left. Good question. I would just say go by instinct, because actually, that's 3 months for me, but it depends when that product was manufactured. Yours might be a newer batch than mine. Mine might have been on a shelf for 3 months. Yours might have literally just been fresh out of the oven. They don't come out of the oven, but you know what I mean. It also depends how you keep them. If you keep it in the fridge, it goes a bit longer. I keep all my products in the bathroom when the light does shine on them, so that's probably not the best, which means mine go off a little bit quicker. I left it in my gym bag a couple of times in the car, so that probably heated it up. So it depends how you look after your products and kind of all of that stuff. So my Ocuwake eye cream by Face Theory lasted about 3 months, and then it started to separate, almost became a little bit runny, and it just didn't look right, and then I knew it was off. So if yours looks like it's always looked, keep on using it, Jan. Like, it's fine. Face Theory say it's good for 6 months. I didn't message her, I could have messaged him like, well, mine went off after 3 months, but then I think, well, I did keep it in a hot bathroom, did leave it in my gym bag in the car a few times, and I think I left the lid off it like once or twice. So most of that is my fault, really. So I just keep an eye out. If it looks the same as it's always done, you are fine to use it, Jam. And are you enjoying it? I love that product so much, but I know that some people say it's like the Holy Grail and other people didn't get on with it, so it kind of depends. International Language says, happy Saturday all, send you lots and lots of love. Amy says, Rob, when are we going to get a full skincare tour? I personally want to meet Shelf Chicken. Oh god, yeah, Shelf Chicken. I love Shelf. So Shelf Chicken he's had a rough life. Anyone that's seen my videos, sometimes if the camera's low enough, you might see Shelf Chicken. And he is the like cuddly fabric equivalent of my fortunately no longer with us chicken Babs, who was my personal hero. I love that chicken so much, and looks basically like that. He has been through the ringer a little bit because one of the dogs did have a little bit of a chew of the comb. One of the cats did kind of scratch on him a little bit. So he's had a tough life as Shelf Chicken, but he's my hero and he's my spirit animal and we love him. So yes, I do need to do a full skincare tour. I want to do it on Facebook. Should we do it for Facebook or do you want it as a video? I don't know. I don't mind either way. Debbie says, and don't you know, I'm constantly hitting the shower. I think I have poor planning skills. I'll be listening. That's fine, Debbie. Let that warm water run over you. Warm up, and we are here for you to listen in, to keep you company. Suzanne says, hello, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely week. How is everyone doing? Suzanne, we are amazing. We are amazing. We missed you last week, obviously, but hopefully you're amazing today, and that the sun is shining in Slovenia. So I think it probably is getting quite cold in Slovenia around about now. I think it's known for its colder winters, so hopefully it's not too chill for you. International Language says, I'm thinking of a red light mask for the neck for Christmas. Ooh, good call. I feel silly asking, but I gather blue light is aging to the skin, so I take the red light as the opposite. No, not exactly. Yes, but no. So blue light can actually be really good, particularly for acne. Red light is very good for like anti-inflammatory, anti-aging. So yes, you're absolutely right with what red light does, but blue light therapy is actually proven to work. So red light, yeah, is really good. I would say if you're going to get a neck mask for Christmas, it's worth paying a little bit more to get one with infrared as well as red light, because that can be really, really, like warming and also really anti-inflammatory as well. Get one that ideally plugs in rather than battery, because the battery ones tend to be a little bit on the weaker side. I would say it's a bit of an investment, so do your research. Make sure that you read up the reviews, what people got, some of the technology around, and then choose the right one, if that makes sense. I got mine, really loved it, but I do think some people I know get better results with certain products than others. So I would just say shop around, but yeah, absolutely. It's kind of red light does calm and soothe. It has some anti-aging benefits. It's one of my favorite light waves that you can use, but you kind of have to get the right product. Strathy says, hello everybody, sending you lots and lots of love. Suzanne says, oh, mini holiday, now we're back home. I love the sound of that. Love the sound of that. Lisa says, happy Saturday, sending you lots and lots of love. Let's see. Amy's trolling. Christine, great to see you. And Veronica saying lots and lots of love. Sweet Tea, welcome, my love. I am fabulous. I hope you are too. I hope you're feeling back on top form and all is amazing with you. Suzanne says, Jan is my manly man and he's 33 now, and that's why we love him. That's why we love him. Fristenberg, great to see you, my love, says, hi everyone. I have to share my excitement. This week I bought 2 advent calendars, one skincare and one with tea. Yes. I have 3 skincare advent calendars, which I was really fortunate brands sent me, so I didn't actually buy them, and I'm going to give them away to friends and family because I know that they'll absolutely love them. And I have bought myself a tea one because I love a tea advent calendar. And I probably will get I've got my same picture one that I bring out every single year, but you can close the doors again and it's still a surprise. And I'll probably get a chocolate one closer to the time. Makeup Boy, sending you lots and lots of love. John says, I ordered the Skin 1004 Tone Centella Ampule and it has tranexamic acid at 2% niacin by 4%. Should I use it AM or PM? Ooh, I would probably use that morning, but you could technically use it AM or PM. It really doesn't matter. I would probably, if it was me, I would use it in the morning. I think you'd get maximum benefit, but you could use it in absolutely either. You could technically use it in both as well if you wanted, John. Hope all is amazing with you and that your man flu is getting so much better. Let's see. Debbie says, I haven't even gotten in yet. Still messing around. We love that. Tina says, I can't stay long. Just wanted to pop on and say hi. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. I hope you do too, Tina. And we love you. Sending you lots and lots of love. Alicia says, would love to hear your thoughts on the May Love products. Now, I'm relatively new to Maylove as a brand. Haven't tried a whole lot from them. I think their Glow Maker is really well received in the market. I tried it and I did quite enjoy it. So I think that's one of their highlights. They have a discoloration serum that just about everyone is fangirling about and saying how amazing it is. I have got it on order because I want to try it because it sounds like the sort of thing that I would enjoy, but I haven't been able to get my hands on it just yet. So watch this space, but there might be a review of that coming round the corner. I think generally they're quite a good brand. I don't think they're going to be like game-changingly amazing. I don't think there's anything innovative in their formulation specifically, but does everything have to be amazing and innovative? Probably not. Sometimes it's just nice that something kind of works. So yeah, I would say definitely is a brand that I'm going to experiment more with, and the price point is amazing. Sweet Tea said, oh, if I had the money, the amount of advent calendars I'd buy would scare people. I think if advent calendars are a wonderful thing, whether you like, what are we in? Are we going tea? Are we going skincare? Are we going picture? Or are we going chocolate when it comes to our advent calendars? What's everyone's preference? Tanya, great to see you, my love. And Deb, wonderful to have you. Deb says, finally got the Geek and Gorgeous Stress Less. I hope you love it. I am loving it so much. One of my favourites. TNH, great to see you, my love. Deb says, coming from the USA, but I came in from Spain. I love. I'm in the US, it came from Spain. As in the Geek and Gorgeous Stress Less. Yeah, they ship from all over the EU. If you're in the EU, you get your Geek and Gorgeous products super quick. If you're in the UK, which is outside the EU, you still get them relatively quick. And in the US, I've heard people getting them in like a week, which is pretty good going. I don't know how they do it. It's like magic. Let's see. D says, good heavens, I'm here before Rob. Go me. Oh gosh, am I this far behind with the comments? Never mind. So I did have to bolt my dinner down, and my husband was a little curious as to why I was in such a hurry since I spent the afternoon with my knitting mates. D, we're glad you're here. And just bring your husband along. I'm sure he would have just as much fun as you as well. Christina, great to see you, my love, says, how's everyone doing? I'm home with my mum, enjoying some hydration after 2 days of picking all the grapes in the wine year. Oh, do you know what? You've earned it. Christina, you have earned it. All that great picking, that sounds absolutely amazing, and I'm sure you did an absolutely splendid job of it. And what sort of grapes, what sort of wine are we going for? Want to know all the gossip on that. D says, now it's time for skincare mates. Yeah, I love that. Go from knitting mates to skincare mates. And we have a range of hobbies here on Mad About Skin. Christina says, I've also been really bad with my skincare lately. I discontinued Trek for 2 weeks ago. Need to get back on track. A small pimples are popping up. It's fine, Christina. My top tip to getting back into Trek after a time of not being on it would be just to take it a little gradual. Like a couple of times a week. Ease yourself in. and you'll be absolutely fine. Dev says 10 a.m. here, sending you lots and lots of love. Reve, great to see you. Veronica says, Rob, late as always. I know. How do I do it? Mind you, I think the start time is now just technically 4 minutes past 6, and we're all good with that, right? Let's see. Sweet Tea says, hi Rob, how are you? How's the weather? The weather is cold. The weather is pretty British. Let's just describe it as British. It's freezing cold, and it rained a lot, but today's actually been surprisingly sunny. So it's a mixture, hot and cold. It kind of can't make up its mind what it's doing weather-wise, but I don't mind because I've got those winter vibes coming, so I'm all good. So I'm assuming it's still scorching hot in Florida, and hopefully things have all settled down after the hurricane. And send you all so much love. Fristenberg says, you look good, Rob. Got a bit of a shadow going. The lighting, not quite right today, but we're working through it, and it's all good, so thank you for that. Monica says, hello from Florida. Sending you lots and lots of love, Monica. Harriet says, happy Saturday. Or Rob, have you tried either of the Garden of Wisdom Vitamin C products? How do they compare to Geek and Gorgeous? They're really good, but they're less fresh than Geek and Gorgeous. And I did buy one of them once from Garden of Wisdom. I got it from like Victoria's Health online or something, and it did come oxidized, which kind of put me off. That's probably just my luck. Don't worry about it. I don't think that's going to be the case for all their products, but that did kind of put me off just a little bit. So I prefer Geek and Gorgeous. Christian says, it's so funny to me that it's dinner time for you and I'm just finished my morning coffee. I know. I've got to decide what takeaway I'm having after this. I've got an evening totally to myself, loads of blissful time I'm going to watch. I've got a murder mystery lined up that's going to be amazing. I need to decide what takeaway I'm having. So any suggestions, much welcome. Jan says midnight in Thailand. Midnight is easy to remember. Jan, that's good. So we're going to start throwing in the Thai time from next week. Midnight Thai time. 1 a.m. in Florida is the start time. That's 1 p.m. in Florida, sorry, it's that time. Wilmy says, hi everyone, sending you lots and lots of love. Maria, great to see you, says, can I use your exfoliating serum and then the Got You Covered one? Yes, they're absolutely designed to be used together. Use the exfoliator first. If you've got very sensitive skin, rinse it off. If you've got resilient skin type, you can leave it on. Then put the Got You Covered super serum on top. Sunshiny says, hi everyone, first time me not being part of the replay squad. Yay, we're so glad to have you, Leonie, and we love you. Let's see. So MSK, great to see you, my love. Great to see you. Strathy says, I really have sensitive skin. Want to try sheet mask, but I'm scared. What would you suggest? Go for the Beauty of Joseon Centella one. That will calm, it will soothe, zero irritation, and it is really good. It's actually really nice. You could use vitamin C alongside it for some collagen boosting anti-aging benefit too. So yeah, absolutely would totally recommend that. It's probably my favorite sheet mask. I don't go in for sheet masks that often, but when I do, that's probably the one that I would use. Now, I'm going to take a big sip of my tea because we're like 30 minutes in and I still haven't taken a sip of my tea properly yet. So this is your opportunity, if you haven't already, to minimize the chat. Gently caress that like button, then when you maximize the chat, it takes you back to where you were so you don't miss out on anything. Would love to get over 100 likes to this live stream, and like anything you do would just help me with that. This lighting is terrible. I look practically like a ghost. I don't really think there's anything I can do. It's just getting dark really quickly, so we're just going to keep working with that. So yeah, any of your likes you give me are much appreciated. And also, we are growing all the time. We have 1,800 new members of the Mad About Skin family join in the past week. So big hello to any of the new subscribers, sending you lots and lots of love. And we're now almost at 84,000 subscribers, which is honestly like mind-blowing. I genuinely can't believe that. We are 16,000 away from 100,000, which, according to YouTube, we're on track to get to by the end of this year, which I can't even begin to comprehend, but that would be absolutely amazing. So if you haven't subscribed and you like what you see, I would say you're more than just a subscriber number. For that subscription, you get daily videos, we do shorts videos, I respond to as many comments as possible, and get these amazing weekly live streams, which are always the highlight of my week. So if you haven't subscribed yet, give it a, trust me, like no buyer's remorse, you will love it. Now I'm going to take a big sip of my tea and then we're going to carry on. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Just an amazing cup of tea. Right. Oh, very quickly, some information that you guys have been asking for about the sunscreens and when they're going to launch. So today, I'm going to be putting up a picture of the sunscreens. They're clear customs. We're all good on all of that. Got all the testing back. We are ready to go, which is quite exciting. I've got a few things around logistics that I want to tidy up before we launch. So straight after this live stream, we've got the premiere, which you're going to want to stick around for because we have the usual premiere music, which is always like the proper highlight of the Saturday. And then I'm going to be giving you all the launch information on the Facebook group about the sunscreen. Literally cannot wait to be able to finally share things with you. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, so many of you guys have signed up for the pre-launch of the sunscreen already. That pre-launch notification is going to be closing this weekend, so it's your last chance to sign up for the pre-notification, so you get early access if you want. Judging by the number of people that have signed up for the pre-notification, I think we're probably going to sell out. Maybe not everyone will buy, which is, you know, fair enough, but I think we're going to sell out quite quick, because we have a little bit of a limited stock, but there will be a restock a couple of weeks later, so don't panic. If you don't get it first time round, don't panic. There will be a restock, so it's all good. So all the information, including the dates, the launch information, and pictures, will be on Facebook group straight after this live stream. So if you haven't joined, Tom, I know, is leaving links in the chat as to how you can join, and yeah, we would love to see you over there, and all the information that you need about the sunscreen will there, and I just cannot wait to share it with you guys. It's gonna be so amazing. I've been using it for the past like 2 months, and I've been loving it, and it hasn't broke me out, which is the main thing. Let's see. Muriel says, question regarding azelaic acid: when should you discontinue? It sensitizes my skin, and then I use other products burn while they never do. Should I shoulder through this? So first of all, try one thing and keep it in the fridge. That can sometimes help with any irritation. Go for a low strength 5% rather than a 10, 15 or 20%, and see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, maybe it's just not the ingredient for you, and you could try something like tranexamic acid. That'll work just as well on post-inflammatory erythema and not irritate, hopefully, as much. Elle, great to see you, my love. Sending lots of love to Michigan. Suzanne is making chicken curry for dinner. That sounds amazing. Suzanne, I'll be over straight after. Plate me up some. I'll be over. Ronnie, great to see you. Says, looking fresh, Rob. Thank you. This is just terrible lighting. It's amazing what a bit of bad lighting can do for you. Love you, Ronnie, and hope all is amazing from you. Tina, sending you lots and lots of love. Danny says she celebrated my birthday with sushi and my best friend. Doesn't get better than that. Literally, sushi's quite a good option for takeaway tonight, actually. Now I'm thinking of it. Sweet Tea says, hi Suzanne, you gorgeous thing. Finally getting over the sickies. Cabin in the woods. Sacrifices made. Okay then. Love you. Sweet Tea, you never fail to make me giggle. KMN, great to see you, my love. Teenage says, am I remembering wrong, or was there a woman moderating with Tom back in the day? Oh, we've had quite a few moderators over the day, where lots of people help out, which I'm always so grateful and supportive of. Tom, though, has been the rock throughout everything. Tom, I think, joined the channel, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, did you join the channel at about like 300 subscribers or something ridiculous like that, and has been right the way through, to the point where like actually like brands reach out to me and say, hi Rob and Tom. I'm like, he's internationally famous. We love Tom. He's a superstar, and he's a sheriff in town. Unfortunately, we are very blessed on this channel, because everyone behaves themselves in the live stream. Very few trolls, and Tom gets them like that. So he does it all single-handedly, and it's much appreciated, because like I say, I couldn't do it without. Let's see. Fritzenberg says, Christmas. Yes, yeah, we love that. Chrissy says, Rob, I have to admit, I've been really bad with watching YouTube this week. I barely touched my phone, but I promise I'll be back on track with the videos. That's fine, Christina. You know what? It's always like, sometimes, you know what? Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of a break. I do it sometimes. And then when you come back, you check like favorite content creators, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to pick like the top 4 videos to watch. And that's quite nice, because you're always getting like the best of the best content. So you know what? Sometimes skipping a week isn't a bad thing. And we will forgive you, Christina, because we love you, and because you've been making your own wine. And let's be honest, that comes first. In this case, I've been adding squalane oil to my night routine. My face feels protected after the good night's sleep, and face becomes really smooth and soft. I love a bit of squalane oil. It's one of my favorites. It doesn't break you out, doesn't irritate my skin. So yeah, it works really well. So thank you so much for sharing. Scott, great to see you, my love. Sending you all the love to California, and we love you. Christine says, I adore Christmas, but first we can't forget Halloween. That's true. How are we celebrating? Are we dressing up? What do we know? So MSK is also a big fan of the Aveeno that we shared earlier. KMN said, I went to a dinner at my friend's showcase. She sings in the choir. That's amazing. All went well. So missed last week's live stream. Well, we're glad you're back this time, but I think there's a good excuse for missing a live stream, because that sounds absolutely fabulous. Amy says, chafing. That word's almost as bad as moist. It is. Moist chafing would send me over the... Oh, no thank you. Suzanne says, I bought myself a bag of Halloween candy. There is nothing wrong with that, Suzanne. There is nothing wrong with that. I also did the same to hand out to the kids that come trick-or-treating. There will be none less for the kids by the time Halloween rings around. None at all. John says, I found the fragrance-free Hydro Boost gel on Amazon for £9. That's not bad. My nose is really dry to the man flu. That does it work really well? I do like the Hydro Boost gel. I think it's super lightweight, which was amazing. Angela says, Boots today looking for a new cleanser and moisturizer, replacing the Dr. Sam's, got Superdrug and Naturally Radiant Hot Cloth Cleanser to try, but empty-handed re-moisturizer. That. So first of all, the Superdrug Naturally Radiant Hot Cloth Cleanser, amazing. If you want a good moisturizer, I really like the e.l.f. Holy Hydration. That is amazingly good, so good. Also, if you're at Boots now, if you can get to Boots and you've got I think it works best for teenage skin. So if you've got a teenager in your life, first of all, I'm sorry for you. I remember me as a teenager. Won't want to go there. If you have a teenager in life or someone that's suffering with like teen skin at whatever age, there's a new set that they've launched, that The Ordinary have launched exclusively at Boots, called like the Bright set or something. And basically, you get the squalane cleanser, you get the caffeine eye serum, you get hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and the salicylic acid mask all in one, and it's the equivalent of 60% off all those products if you buy them individually. So that's great. So if you like that selection of products, buy the set. It's exclusive to Boots in the UK and Ireland, and that's also really, really good. So just, you reminded me, Angela, when you mentioned Boots, that is a really good set if you use those products. Now, I don't personally use the hyaluronic acid, and I've switched to the salicylic acid serum, not the mask, so it's not something I would necessarily get value out of. But I think if you're starting a skincare routine, particularly if you've got a bit of acne-prone, oily skin, that could work really, really well. Good Christmas gift. Just throwing that idea out there. So yeah, I would go, if it's super, I would go for one of the e.l.f. cleansers, Angela. That's so good. Boots also do a vitamin C moisturizer. So good. It's like £3 in a tub. It's amazing. Ian, great to see you, my love. Sending lots of love to London. And we've missed you the past couple of weeks, so welcome back. Jan says, hi folks, what I missed? Heard something about naughty elves. Oh, yeah, well, I had a bit of a traumatic cat shopping. So basically, for those of you that missed the start, this is my cat's Marcel. This is his Christmas tree. Well, it was classed as a naughty elf costume, but I don't know who's getting elf from that. Anyway, he'll hate it. He hates dressing up. But you know what? He'll sit in it grumpy enough for like me to take one picture for you guys. So that's all good. So I looked online and I was like, well, first of all, I typed in naughty elf costume. Got very different results to what I was expecting. So I then specified for cat. And that came up, so that's okay. So it's all good. Because we do call him the naughty elf because he climbs the Christmas tree and he's just generally quite naughty. So, yeah, naughty elf costume didn't return the results that I wanted. So I specified for cat and it returned that. But also, there was a cat outfit that was described as sexy Santa. I think not. I don't know who wants to dress their cat up as a sexy Santa. I think that's a firm pass. So when I saw that, I was like, there's a whole lot of questions need to be asked about that. Skipped straight and by and thought we'd just play it safe with a very jazzy Christmas tree. But I think, Suzanne, you'll agree, this will match beautifully with the Christmas pudding hat, right? Winner. Will Me, great to see you, says, I got really confused with all the skincare products. I'm looking for a simple but effective anti-aging routine. Can you recommend anything? Yeah, I would start super simple. Get a good cleanser that doesn't strip and dry the skin, and a really nice moisturizer, something with urea in there to soften the skin, and something with some ceramides to boost the barrier function. And then in the middle, I would probably just go for a nice peptide serum, something like the Ordinary Buffet or a Giroline would be great, and an azelaic acid serum. And that way, perfect. Really simple. Definitely get some anti-aging in terms of minimizing fine lines and wrinkles, and it'll even out the complexion and boost the barrier function. That is all you need. So yeah, let me know if you need any more recommendations. Tina says, what do you think of Dr. Dre saying his Line just hydrates and doesn't go down deep enough to do anything? I think on YouTube in general, and I used to be guilty of this, so I'm not reading anyone's filth, I used to be guilty of this, people stick very rigidly to a science approach of the science says this, the science data says that, and it's just so boring. It's so boring. And you know what? Actually, I think I like to hear other people's experiences with products, and I like to hear other people's, the anecdotal information around how products work. I think you can absolutely, we used to always say, well, the ingredients don't lie, just read the ingredients list and you'll know exactly what's in a product. Well, no, you won't. And actually, someone's experience with it is far more valuable than someone just spewing some science or ingredients at you, in my experience. And that's where I think I do get, there are data points that say that peptides just in general don't penetrate enough to do enough benefit, but then I use them and I get the results that I want to get. So I think it'll depend on your individual take. If you want 100% science-backed skincare, then do that research, and that's absolutely great. And I think that's what Dr. Dre did really, really well. But for me, the Azure line genuinely works, and I know so many of you guys that use it and say, yeah, it really works. So I can put it on, and within 2 minutes, my skin looks plumper. In the long term, I've seen a reduction in the fine lines and wrinkles. So yeah, I think people get carried away and call like the Azure line Botox in a bottle, and it's going to give you the same results. It's not. not. But it's going to definitely deliver benefits for like £6. So for me, I think sometimes we can get a little bit caught up in the science, which absolutely has a place, but for me, it's about user and lived experience. And this is why I love to hear from you guys in the comments when you say this product worked for me, this product didn't, this is the results I got, because I can feed all of that into the videos and say, this is who it's going to work for, this is what people have said. So yeah, I would totally... I watch almost all Dr. Dre videos, and I learn so much from them. And I do get that perspective on peptides. Just for me, if a product works and it's affordable, why would I stop using it? That's kind of the take I take on it anyway. But you know what? We're in 2022, and I think in the world, we can all agree to disagree with each other in a professional and a polite way. I think the time's gone where everyone was... Do you remember that? A couple of years ago where everyone was cancelling everyone and, you know, at everyone's throats all the time? We don't like that. We don't have any time for that in our lives. So, yeah, I think we can all agree to disagree on that. Emma's case is cup of milk tea with a thick blanket, romance novel, and a comic. Done. Absolutely done. Sounds amazing. So TNH says, good old Poirot on a rainy Saturday is heaven. 100% agree, and it's Poirot that I'm watching tonight. Suzanne says, Rob, you look lovely in that warm light. This is my winter vibes. Winter vibes, dear. I'd put the fire on in the background to give you full winter vibes, but the cost of gas here, I'd have to have a whip round to be able to afford to, so no. Danny says, Rob, what are your views ratio subs versus non-subs? Funny you should ask that, Danny. I actually looked at this earlier. So it used to be, I don't know what the average is for YouTube, so that I'll put that out there. I don't know what the average is. I think, you know, most channels have like a 33% subscribed to 66% not subscribed. That's just because people just casually find your videos, and that's quite healthy in terms of channel growth, because you want a lot of unsubscribed people to be watching your videos and hopefully subscribing, in theory. So mine always used to be around like something like 50% subscribed, 50% not subscribed in terms of people who watched. Now it's around like 40%, which is, I think, is better. I don't know what's good or what's bad. I think that's good because it means lots of people that aren't subscribed are finding the content, and that gives more opportunity for people to subscribe. So I think it's better for growth. But I always like to say I'd love to get that to like 100%, because hopefully everybody after just watching one video would want to subscribe. I appreciate that's never going to happen. So anything that you guys want from me that I can do to convince you to gently caress that subscribe button, I am all ears and I'm listening. But it's something around the 40% subscribed, 60% unsubscribed. But I don't know how that... I'm going to look that up after this live stream. Work out, is that the average? How that works. Yes, Tom says, we missed your birthday, Danny. So happy belated birthday. Yes, lots of birthday hugs to Danny. Ivana says, your skin looks so good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am very, very happy with everyone's skin. Everyone should have their own goals when it comes to skin, because we can all... Everyone's skin's unique, and we shouldn't all be like wanting... I hate it when people say like, oh, I want that person's skin. I'm like, no, you don't. You want your skin, but like to be the best it possibly can be. I'm always going to have adult acne, and I'm fine with that. I have always suffered with breakouts and congestion, and I'm fine with that. But I feel like the stuff I've incorporated in my skincare routine recently has just really worked for me. So I feel like at maximum skin confidence right now, which, you know, is really good. And that's how I want everyone to feel, which is kind of the purpose of the channel. So thank you so much, my love. Christine says, I actually found 10% Azelic acid serum here, made in Romania, and I started using it this week. I'm really surprised by the lightweight texture. Christina, names. Come on. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't gatekeep that because you're worried it'll sell out. We need names. Because I would love to try that. So, plausible deniability. Love that name. Says, watching from Florida. Sending you lots and lots of love. Deb says, your skin looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. It turns out really bad lighting suits me. Who knew? So I'm gonna put that there on my CV. Rob, interests are bad lighting. Amy says, I had IPL on the broken capillaries yesterday. Dang, that was painful. Don't know about the results yet. Yeah, IPL is very painful, but it does work really well. So hopefully, Amy, it works. But will you keep us posted? Because I've got a couple of broken capillaries here that I'm tempted to have done, and I kind of want to know what your results were. So John says, I've ordered the Roto CC Vitamin C from Stylevana. It's the first time I'll be using a vitamin C product. It was a bargain, but probably would take 3 weeks to get here. Stylevana, I've never had a problem with, but they do take like 2 to 3 weeks to ship. So hopefully it comes very quick. And I really enjoyed it. It's a very lightweight. The only thing I'd say, John, it's really frustrating because the nozzle is so fine, it's designed to be airtight. You have to really squeeze to get the product out. So that's a little frustrating, but I got really great results with it. Let's see, plausible deniability. So, is there a way to smoothen the underarm area? Can I use mandelic acid and moisturize it? You absolutely can. So exfoliating acid would be good. It tends to be quite delicate under there. So definitely go gentle. Lactic or mandelic acid would be my preference. And get a urea moisturizer in your life, because urea softens the proteins in our skin. So any roughness or bumps you have under the arm, urea will genuinely help. Amazing. I know I don't want to just be like, because I create the Mad About Skin Moisturizer contains urea in the right percentage. It does, but there's lots of other ones out there, so you don't have to just use mine. But look for something with a 5 to 10% concentration of urea in a moisturizer. Use it under the arms. Honestly, it will be so good. So MSK says, is there anyone here who uses Welder products? So I've always been tempted by Welder, but they're in like the health food section of supermarkets, and that always puts me off. Not because I think there's anything bad with like health foods or like, but I always think that they get that badge, and it's just never appealed to me. But I am interested to try some more. So if anyone does have any product recommendations, let me know. Fristenberg is pro full skincare stash. That is coming. I'll have to do it now. Tom says Babs is gone. When did that happen? Yeah, poor Babs. When did she pass away? A bit back. It was quite sad. All my chickens I love. It is a different experience when you lose chickens to losing like a cat or a dog, in my experience. So everyone has a different take on that. But yeah, unfortunately, Babs. Yeah, chickens just generally, they don't last like 12 or 15 years like some cats and dogs do. It's always very sad. We had her 3.5 years. She was a superstar. The world's smelliest chicken, though. She stank, but she was amazing. Deb says, wow, at first I thought shelf chicken was a screen name. That would be amazing. I would actually, yeah, if I could reinvent my YouTube channel, I'd come back as Shelf Chicken. Let's say, I like the Okiwaki for the morning for my dark circles. True, it's so good. Leonie says, hi Rob, I want to use vitamin C on my body to tackle some melasma. Since I'm not using vitamin C on my face, I was wondering what kind of vitamin C best to use on the body. You know what? If you want to just go cheap, get a moisturizer that you love, put some of the ascorbic acid powder by The Ordinary in it, mix it in, great, done. Body can tolerate it, you'll get great results, and you don't have to be as precise with the measuring. That's the cheapest way of doing it, and there aren't any like full-size body vitamin C products that I found that work. So just get a moisturizer that you love, throw a few, and make sure it's not packed full of actives. A very plain moisturizer. Put a scoop of The Ordinary ascorbic acid powder in there, mix it in your hands, slap it on the body. Honestly, it'll work really well, and it's dirt cheap. Don't recommend that powder for the face, but for the body, it's great. Jan says, actually Rob, we got a weird amount of sun and warmth this week. The weather seems confused. Oh, well, you can send some of that this way, Jan, because it's been freezing here, absolutely freezing, so send it my way. So El Martinez says, hi Rob, can you please review ISIDN sunscreen? I've never heard of it, but I do always watch these live streams back on replay, and I make a list of everything that I promised you guys so I can factor it into future reviews and stuff. So I will check it out, put some stuff on order, see what it's all about, and let you know. So thank you for recommending them. International Language says, thanks for the tips, Rob. It's a pleasure, my love. Love you. Anne says, can you recommend effective skincare for the over 50s, please? It's not too expensive. I would say all skincare is ageless. You know what? Okay, there's some stuff that's specifically going to be for acne-prone skin that you're more likely to get in your teens, but maybe you have acne in your 50s. So I'd say forget about your age and think about what your skin concern is. So I'm assuming if you're usually in your 50s, you would experience a little bit more dryness than maybe you got in your 20s and 30s and some fine lines and wrinkles. So if that's your main concern, I would say go for a really nice, gentle cleanser that doesn't strip and dry the skin, because the cleansers we could tolerate in our 20s, you might not be able to later in life, just because the skin gets a little drier over time. Get a really good multi-peptide serum, because that'll help with the fine lines and wrinkles, and get a ceramide infused moisturizer, because again, that'll just boost the barrier function and doesn't need to cost the earth. So you've kind of got really gentle cleanser, ceramide infused moisturizer, peptide serum in the middle, and I would get a retinol, something from my favorite being Geek and Gorgeous, Retinol, so good. Hopefully that helps, Anne. But if you've got some other skin concerns that you want to feed into that, like hyperpigmentation or whatever, let me know and I'll happily give you some recommendations. Student of Human Folly, which, by the way, you guys are very creative with your YouTube handles, by the way. I love that. Says, I love your passion for skincare. Thank you. I love you too. Sugarless says, there is a popcorn advent calendar by Joe and Steph's. Oh, I did not know that. They actually sell that brand in TK Maxx. If they bring the advent calendar there, I will be buying that for sure. John says, got a dry nose, feeling better, thanks Rob. It's a pleasure, John. We love you and get well soon. Max says, hello, I'm just starting to get to know skincare. Could I ask a question? Yes, Max, you of course can ask a question. Drop it in the chat and I will get around to your question straight away. Let's see. Artiste says, Glow Maker caused me to break out. Something I'm reacting to. Sometimes you just got to be really careful. All brands can have that ingredient that breaks you out. So, which is why patch testing, though I'm not as good at doing it as I should be, is so important. Now, I'm going to take a big sip of my tea. Don't worry, we've got another 40 minutes to go. Today's premiere video, and we've got some new premiere music that I want to share with you. That's always the highlight, let's be honest. Let's be honest. So you're not going to want to miss that. So I'm going to take a big sip of my tea. While I do it, if you want to minimize the chat, hop over, click the like button. We are 16 likes away from 100. I'm sure 15 likes away from 100. I'm sure we'll be able to get through that milestone by the end of this live. And thank you so much for everyone that has already liked. It's so good. I do realize though, I made a soup and I used a spoon to put some thyme in the soup that I was making. I think that's the spoon that I then stirred my tea with, because that has got definite herby vibes to it. Let's see. Kerry says the Style Vanna advent calendar looks so good. Yeah, I've literally just filmed a unboxing of it that's going to go up on the Facebook group this weekend, so check that out. Strathy says, "Ooh, tea advent calendar." Yes, they've become a bigger thing in the last couple of weeks, couple of years, which I'm all about, and we really love. Let's see. I've lost where I'm in the chat, so I'm just gonna very casually sort of plug while I find where I am. Oh, I am so far behind as always, but we've got time to catch up. We're good. Kimberly says hi from California, sending you lots of love, Kimberly. International Language says my favorite will be the Mad About Skin advent calendar if you ever make one. Oh god, that would be a dream. That would be the dream. I love that idea. Joshi says, can I use azelaic acid as maintenance? You can. If you're using it for treatment, go for something in the 10 to 15 to 20% category. If you want something for maintenance, go between 5 and 10% for the best results. Tom says, can you tell the news on the Mad About Skin serum? Yes. So we have now completely sold out of the Mad About Skin serum with the dropper. Based on your guys' feedback, you all asked for the pump as standard. So I worked with the lab to redesign the packaging. So it's going to come with the pump as standard, and it's going to come with, it's got much tighter fitting, so there'll be no leaking, airtight pump. You guys asked for it, we've happily delivered it. So whenever you order the Mad About Skin serum in the future, you'll be getting the one with the pump as standard. We finally sold out of the last of the droppers, which is amazing. And honestly, you guys have gone mad. We had the 3 for 2 offer this week, and it has gone crazy. We have shifted so many units this week. It is absolutely ridiculous. That offer has now come to an end, and all attention and effort is now going into packing all of the orders, which are there. There's so many. And also in launching the sunscreen, which literally so close now. So there'll be an announcement at 8 p.m. UK time, which is 9 p.m. European time. Work that out internationally. I can't do the maths. Over on the Facebook group about the sunscreen, and I cannot wait. Christine says, I've got to run to the liquor store, but I'll be on my way. That is important. That's important. Listen on the way and buy something for media. Amy says, Rob's got kind of a scary Halloween look with the lighting to get. Thanks, Amy. Thank you very much. Scaring the children. Max says, okay, I have combination skin with some rosacea and blackheads on the nose and bumps on the forehead. Do I just need a cleanser with salicylic acid, then moisturize and use vitamin B3? You could do that. That would absolutely work, Max, but I personally would take it a step further. So I would use a nice salicylic acid cleanser. That'll definitely help with the bumps and the congestion. I would then, after that, use an azelaic acid serum, something in a 5 to 10% concentration. That'll help with the rosacea to calm and soothe it. It'll also help minimize any acne-causing bacteria that could be congesting and causing some of those bumps. And then I would finish with a really nice moisturizer. Something with a vitamin C or vitamin C derivative would just help with all of that as well. That would be my recommendation. So let me know if you need any more info on that. Sweet Tea says, sorry, I was talking to my nephew, just jump scaring once a day for his month. He says, I'm evil. You're not, Sweet Tea. You're too cute for words, I'm sure. Eat On says, evening, apologies for asking. Did you review the Aveeno creams? Please let me know. I haven't done a review of that. No. Let me know if you would like one. And never apologize for asking. You can ask anything in these live streams at all. And lovely to see you. Their Yellow Paint says, super excited for your sunscreen launch. Any news on that front? Also, do you have any plans for other new products? Yes, we've got 2 new products in the work. The antioxidant cream is now manufactured and will be winging its way over to me for a launch just in the new year. And then we've got a Retinol product that's going to be launching at some point next year. I cannot wait for those. It's going to be super excited. Then the much delayed cleansing balm is happening at some point. So for the sunscreen, yes, it's imminent. to say I'm excited is an understatement. So tonight we're going to be putting a picture of it with all the information you need on the Facebook group. It's all going to be there, and I cannot wait to share it with you. This has been a labor of love, and it's taken a lot of time, but it's going to be so good. Unfortunately, the only drawback with the sunscreen is I haven't been able to get as much as I would like in terms of order volume, just because of some of the ingredients. We wanted to use the best ingredients, and they were quite hard to source, and we could have like churned out more volume but gone with like lower quality ingredients, but I didn't want to do that. So it's going to be relatively limited, but that's okay. We've got the pre-launch. So anybody that wants to register for the pre-launch of the sunscreen, it's not too late. If you go to www.madaboutskincare.com, click on the shop, then you can click on the sunscreen and you can register for the pre-launch. And you guys will get 24 hours ahead notification of when it goes into stock, so you can get your hands on it before other people, because I don't want you guys and the people that have been following me for years to be disappointed if it sells out, if I was lucky enough for it to sell out on launch. And so yeah, we'll see. I think the key things is it's going to come in, the price point is going to be £14.99, which if you're in the States is ridiculously good value, because the pound has plummeted against the dollar, so it's practically like $14.99 when you do the exchange rate. It's ridiculously, everything's come down in value for the States, which is obviously a benefit. That's obviously good. There's no change to the cost of anything in the UK, because pounds to pounds is exactly the same. And it's 100 mils. This is what I want to get across. It's 100 mils. So most of the sunscreens you buy from like Korean sunscreens are 50 mil. They're tiny, you get through loads. This is 100 mils, which if you use it as per all the instructions that you should be doing, then you'll get about a month's worth of use out of it, which I'm pretty proud of. And there's going to be some really good discounts, because I like to reward a bit of loyalty. So if you buy, the final discounts have worked out. If you buy 2, you save 5%. If you buy 3, you save 10%. If you buy 4, you save 15%. And the good news is, if you throw anything else in your basket, so say you want to buy a moisturizer alongside 4 sunscreens, you will get that 15% off the moisturizer as well. So it's like off the whole basket, not just the moisturizers, which is kind of a nice added benefit. I would just say, like, make sure there's free shipping for international orders. So the UK gets free shipping anyway. Europe, it's a standard £2.99 shipping, so it's a reduced shipping rate. And for the rest of the world, there are free shipping rates. So if you were to buy 4 sunscreens, you get free shipping as well. If you were to buy 3, I think that's just under the free shipping amount. So kind of work all of that out, but it's all on the website, so you guys know exactly what. But hopefully you'll be able to get a discount on free shipping if you order multiple units. If you just want to buy one to try, that's absolutely fine. We've already slashed the shipping rates for Europe and free shipping to the US, to the UK, and the rest of the world is track shipping as well. So hopefully it'll just make everything super simple. But all those logistics have been worked out at the moment, and you'll be able to see it on the live thing. New generation filters used, so they're not that stinging in the eyes or all that stuff that you get with those really bad, thick, gloopy filters of the past. It glides onto the skin, and I'd say it's one of the most hydrating sunscreens I've ever used. If, like me, you're really oily, you can use it as your moisturizer and your sunscreen all in one, so you can save on a product. What's not to love? Tom says, I think it's crispy beef type of night. That could be a good call, to be fair, Tom. That could be a good call. Beach Life says, what do you think about silicone wrinkle face patches? Really good. They kind of stop things creasing, so they do work. There's no actives in there or anything, but they are clinically proven to work. So yeah, I'm sold on them. MSK says, does anyone here decide they're invested in a hobby and done tons of research? You practically become an expert theory-wise, only to lose interest before they start. I'm intrigued, MSK. What hobby are we talking about here? Strathy, it's a pleasure. Always happy to answer your questions. And says, can you recommend anything for rosacea? Azelaic acid all the way. Azelaic acid and panthenol are the 2 best ingredients over the counter for rosacea. Nancy said, good afternoon. What's your recommendation for neck and forehead wrinkles? Exactly the same things that you use on the rest of your face. Peptides, ceramides, retinoids. Work really well. But if you're going to use a retinoid on the neck, go for something super gentle. Monica says, for rosacea, yes, please. Azelaic acid, azelaic acid, azelaic acid, and throw some panthenol in too, all the way. Kristen says, Rob, thanks for the tip on using centella and vitamin C. I'm using the Cica toner by Cosrx before my vitamin C. Such a great thing. If you haven't tried it out, you want some extra anti-aging boost, use a centella serum alongside your vitamin C. Clinical studies have shown it quadruples the amount of extra collagen produced. Thank me later. Charlotte says, hi Rob, love your channel. Thank you. Do you think switching from Medicate Retinol 10 to Geek and Gorgeous is a good plan? Yes. Medicate is pricey, but it's really helped my acne. I think once you've got the acne under control, switch to the Medicate to the Geek and Gorgeous Retinol 10. Your skin will love it. Your wallet, though, will definitely love it. Very little difference in terms of the strength and stuff. You'll be absolutely fine. Christina says, oh, mad about seeing sunscreen. So excited. Thank you, Christina. We love you. Amy says, the music last week was so good. Yeah, so every week we have a premiere straight after the live stream. And we choose the premiere music, which is like the whole music that YouTube give us. We're working through the entire list. Last week, what was last week? I can't remember. It was good. It was good. Whatever last week was. Yeah, it was pretty good. I think my favourite so far has been Sportif. We had kids. We had kids once. That was pretty terrible, wasn't it? Inspirational was not good. There's lots of different ones, so I'll let you know in a couple of minutes' time what today's one's going to be. Let's see. Danny says, I can't get enough of the Cosrx Pure Fit Seeker Toner. I love that product so much. I'm not the biggest fan of Cosrx, but that product is game changing. Veronica says, Rob, have you tried Vichy Phyto Solution Serum, the green one with the salicylic acid? I have. I hated the smell, but it did really work to calm my acne. So it's good, but the smell wasn't for me. I don't know why, because I'm not usually sensitive to scent. Awkward Gen X says, American Kitty here. Good to see you, my love. Morning from the Great Pacific Northwest. Going for a hike. We'll catch on replay. Have a great weekend. Good luck with your SPF, Rob. Thank you. Sending you lots and lots of love. John says, I bought the Mad About Skin Serum twice, the exfoliating gel. Love them. Thank you, John. We love you. Tom says, sign up for the email notification. Yes, Tom's been leaving the links to where you can get the email notification about the sunscreen. Last chance to sign up is this weekend before it's closed. And then, yeah, we're just going to plow straight onto the launch, which I'm so excited about. Sugarless says, any suggestions for dry skin around the ears? It's so annoying, especially on dark clothing. Yeah, my earlobes always get really dry. It's because, I don't know why, but they do. Exfoliation is key. Just dab a little exfoliant on and you're good to go. I don't know why mine always do that, but I'm here with you. I am here with you. Krista says, hi from Virginia, making carrot cake for dessert. I'll cut you a piece, shall I? Yep. I'm absolutely receiving donations of carrot cake right now, and it sounds amazing. One of my favourite cakes as well. Sweet Tea said, Tom, is the wine to my box, the chaps to my assumptions. Sweet Tea. Just gonna leave it there. Just love you. Tom says, famous, eh? Yeah, I joined around 300 subscribers. You did, Tom. And well, you're famous to me. And actually, like I say, when brands reach out, we're like, hi, Rob and Tom. I'm like, Tom is like killing it. Internet celebrity. ADY says, hi, Rob. When will we get your sunscreen? I've been holding off buying new ones. It's literally, the announcement is going to be today. I cannot wait. So there is really not long to wait now. I'm so excited. Angela says, Rob, can you recommend a fragrance-free with no SPF content? I use them separately. Moisturizer for normal to slightly dry, maturing skin. Yes, Elf Holy Hydration is one of my favorites. That's fragrance free. Also, Revolution Skincare do an exact dupe for the CeraVe moisturizer that's cruelty free, fragrance free, and so good. Definitely would recommend those. Also, if you want something that's artificial fragrance free but has a vague scent because of the botanicals, the Mad About Skin moisturizer has a nice scent to it, but it's not fragrance free in the sense that nothing in there is there to deliver fragrance. Suzanne says, curry prep done. Now it just has to simmer. Oh, that's the best. It's also the worst. It's the best because you get the smell, but it's the worst because you have to wait impatiently for your curry, but it sounds amazing. MSK says, Christina makes her own wine. Well, she's been picking grapes, so I bet she has. I can just see. I can walk into Christina's home, go up to the bathroom, and the bathtub is just wine. She's stirring the wine. That would be iconic, and that is why I love Christina, and she's basically my spirit animal. She's so amazing. And I do want pictures, Christina, by the way, on the Facebook group. I demand pictures of you picking the grapes, and I've got visions of you crushing the grapes and living your, grape fantasy. Joe McKinnon says, Justin Trudeau said the word moist once and ratings plummeted, and his ratings plummeted. Yeah, I think we can all avoid that word. It's all good. Suzanne says, I ended up giving up on my short-term salicylic acid face wash routine. Yeah. So it works for some people, Suzanne. What was your experience with it? Let us know. Sarah, oh, excuse me, I'm going to cough. Sorry about that. Nobody needed to hear that. Sarah says, hi, would love to start using retinol, but hesitate as I find it hassle to have to reapply sunscreen and worried about the risk of sun sensitivity. Would appreciate your thoughts. Well, you know what? This thing about you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours on the second hour, rubbish. If you use a newer generation, new filters that are more photo-stable product, and you're not exposed to really high UV, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. I apply so today I haven't left the house. I've been doing loads of admin stuff. I put my sunscreen on in the morning, which I use as my moisturizer and my sunscreen in one, and I haven't applied during the day. The filters are photo-stable, so yes, the amount of coverage you get does diminish over time, but not like some old generation ones where it diminishes like that. And you're absolutely fine. And I use retinoids. If I was going to the beach, I would be reapplying religiously every single 2 hours. Absolutely. If I was out and about, walking about town, again, I might reapply during the day. It's all about matching the way that you interact with your sunscreen and the one you choose to your environment, the levels of UV. I think, when everyone went sunscreen mad 2 years ago and just went for like the thickest layer and wore it like every 2 hours, and people don't interact with products like that. It's unrealistic for anyone to expect that they would. So just do what works for you, would be my advice. ADY says, Rob, what's the best mineral sunscreen, high UVA, matte, non-white cast you can recommend? Unfortunately, most mineral sunscreens don't have a high UVA have a high UVA protection rating. That's just because you can't get the range of UVA protection from a mineral sunscreen that you can from a chemical sunscreen. So you do have to bear that in mind. They do provide UVA protection. So it's not that you're doing without, but that's why a lot of particularly US mineral sunscreens don't have the same level of UVA protection that we maybe used to here in Europe. So just bear that in mind. Also, the issue is most mineral sunscreen brands don't actually disclose the UVA ratings based on their testing, so we don't really know, which is a shame. So all of that kind of is the main reason I don't personally reach for mineral sunscreens week in, week out. Nothing wrong with them, and they absolutely deliver the SPF 30, SPF 50, whatever they say, and they do give you UVA protection too. I just find I prefer to go for hybrid sunscreens, which have mineral and chemical filters in, because you get the best of both worlds, if that makes sense. But I will do a little bit of digging and see if I can find some UVA testing on mineral sunscreens and see which came out highest. So do you mind just dropping that comment in the main comment section? I will get back to you straight after this. Christina says, yep, me and my family were making our own wine. This is why Christina is iconic. Strathy says, oh, I have to say thank you so much for the ordinary amino acids and vitamin B5 recommendations. It's really helped my skin with using Adapalene. Yes, I love it. And today we have another. Has anyone wondered about the marine hyaluronics by The Ordinary? I tried it just because a couple of guys was like, yeah, Rob, give this a go. Now, sorry, Joe, I'm going to have to sip my tea, get rid of this little tickle in my throat. We'll get on to the marine hyaluronics in a minute. If you haven't already, if you can minimize the chat, hop over and click the like button. Gently caress it. I would much appreciate it. Oh, wow, we're at 107 likes. We're already over. Should we tempt fate and see if we can get to 150 by the end, which would be a record for a live stream? I feel we're on track for that. So if you haven't already, if you minimize the chat, hop over, give the old like button a gentle caress. I would so appreciate it. I'm definitely getting oregano vibes from that tea, which, if you missed the start of this live stream, will mean absolutely nothing to you. Yeah, I love the Ordinary Amino Acids, one of my favourites. I also really love the marine hyaluronics. I don't use hyaluronic acid day in, day out in my skincare routine. My skin doesn't tolerate it. But I always felt I was missing out. The marine hyaluronics, literally amazing. You get all the benefits of hyaluronic acid without needing hyaluronic acid, and it's also got amino acids in there. It's got a tiny amount of salicylic acid to calm and soothe the skin. It's a game-changingly good serum. I don't know why The Ordinary don't make more of it. So today's video is like singing the praises of The Ordinary marine hyaluronics and why I think it's like one of the best hydrating and calming serums on the market. You don't need to, it'll be straight after, we go live straight after this video, and it's going to be a premiere so we can chat as we go along. It's not a super long video today, so don't worry, I'm not going to keep Suzanne from her curry, or from any of you guys from your winemaking or your evening plans. But you'll want to stick around for it, A, to know why it's such good, and also for the premiere music, which is, let's be honest, why everyone's here. So Max says, my question is probably too long for a live stream this fast. Sorry for that. Enjoy the stream and have fun. Best of luck for the sunscreen. I'll keep an eye open. Max, if you wanted to ask your question in the main comment section, you absolutely can. No problem at all. I'll make sure I answer you. So Gail says, hey Rob, you recommended Beauty of Joe on Green Plum a couple of weeks ago, and I love it. Game changer. I love that. I love that cleanser. So good. Feels so luxurious. And yeah, it's not that expensive. Jan says, oh my god, it's adorable. we do love dressing up a cat. So Sugarless says, my mom makes the rotisserie from scratch too. Need to learn how. I didn't like it as a kid, but now I do now. I'd love to know that. Gail says, I'm running low on moisturizer and looking at Skin Fix. Is it worth the hype? I don't think so. Personally, I think it's a bit pricey. Just saying. But some people do really love it, so that's just my take on it. And I'm quite cheap. Like I always say, when I talk about brands, you need to see it through the lens of someone who is really cheap. You know, I don't like overpaying for my skincare. I know a lot of people out there are really struggling at the moment with just general household management and budgets, because budgets are stretched to their max. And so I don't want to come on this channel and be like, oh, buy this moisturizer, it's $100, but it's amazing. I won't buy it myself. I'm cheap. I go to Boots, I go to the drugstore, and I get what's on offer and what's cheap. And then, you know, I use it and see if it's any good and then recommend it to you guys if it is. I think Skin Fix is a little bit pricey, personally. Suzanne says, I gave up on my salicylic acid facial wash routine because even after a month of using it twice a week, every time I kept getting a rash like bumps the next day. Now back to lactic acid 5%. Well, you know what, Suzanne? Sometimes it's trial and error with skincare, and at least you now know. So, and you've got the lactic acid 5% to go back to, which is amazing. Monica says, Rob, can you use any actives on broken skin barrier? I don't know how to introduce myself back to all of them. I probably wouldn't. If you've got broken skin barrier, go back to basics, gentle cleanser, moisturizer with ceramides in, and then build up from there. That would be my recommendation. Roti, not rotisserie. Oh, well, rotisserie is even good, and roti is even better. John Jaffe says, pimping Marcel out. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, oh no. Danny says, yeah, of course you got very naughty results with that. I know, I should have thought before I Googled that. The whole world seemed oddly strange after I Googled that. Amy says, sexy Santa cat costume. Yes, so wrong on many levels. It really is. It really was. Emma's case says, I'm glad Rob's laugh can be pretty cackly and witchy. I love that. So basically, I look sinister because of the lighting and my cackle is witchy. To be fair, it's Halloween month. It's all good. And it is now I think about it. Wilmy says, thank you, Rob. We love you. Monica says, what do you like to read the most? I can't see your books. I like to read, I have two things. I like to read any political books of any like genre about prime ministers, about like elections in different countries, about presidents of different countries, all that. That's a guilty pleasure. And I like a good crime novel. And like a fake crime novel. I like a country house crime set in the 1930s, Agatha Christie style. Those are my two favourites, which is probably what you'll see on the bookcase behind me. Christina says, maybe I should make my own grape extract skincare by Brad Pitt. Christina comes out with her new skincare line, La Christina. It sounds French, so you can charge more for it. €200 for a grape pressed essence. Christina, done. I've done the marketing for you already. When are we ready to launch? So TNH says, Rob, can we talk about Caroline Hirons launching her own line? We can, and I didn't know that was a thing. I'm going to look that up as soon as I finish this. I had no idea. And I quite like Caroline Hirons. I don't always agree with all of her recommendations. Oh my god, this is getting spooky by the minute, this lighting, isn't it? I don't always agree with all of her recommendations, but I do really like her as a content creator, so I will check it out. So Tom says, yeah, Christine, we would be rich. Brad Pitt rich. So John says, word of mouth is best, I think. You've recommended lots of great products. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Stephanie says, ingredients can lie. For example, Mario Badescu, drunk elephant. Cough, cough. It's true. It is so true. You have to know what I think experience of other people with products is just as valid as ingredients, in my opinion. Notty says, ready for the Ordinary Peptide Serum review coming next week. Cannot wait. TNH said, the cold flu is going to my head, to be honest. I have no idea what's going on and what I'm saying. TNH, get better soon, my love. So KMN says, what to do with skincare when I travel? 2 weeks. Simply, I'll bring along what I already use. I personally bring along what I already use if your baggage allows it. The only things that I don't bring is anything I test things and think, is that going to travel well, or is that going to leak everywhere? Anything that's liable to leak, leave at home. The rest I take with me. That would be my recommendation. Tina says, I'm off to do some painting. We'll have to watch the rest on replay. Love you, Tina. See you on the replay squad. KMN said, going somewhere hot and humid. So in that case, I would probably ditch any of the occlusives. You might not need a moisturizing. You might find that your sunscreen is moisturizing enough. So that's two things that you could get rid of. So Suzanne says, instead of putting on real fire, just YouTube it and put it on your TV screen. Do you know what, Suzanne, with the cost of gas, we might be resorting to that. We might actually resort to that. Debbie says, I had my dry hands. I know love is the most important thing in the world. We love you, Debbie. Stephanie says, Rob, look into heated beanies. They do exist. I've got a full Oodie. If anyone's seen the Oodie advertised, I saw it advertised on like YouTube or TikTok or something and bought one. It's like an all-in-one, like super fluffy all-in-one with the hood. Bought one. I'm going to live in it this winter. Let's see. Monica says, I love grumpy cats, in which case you will love Marcel, because he's very grumpy. Ronnie says, I have some great results from what you and others have recommended. So science, absolutely, but word of mouth, also important. I agree, Ronnie. This is my take on it. And thank you so much, my love. Penny says, hi, Rob. Thank you for all you're doing for us. Learn so much. Oh, thank you. I started using skincare a little bit late, but I found you and decided to be faithful. Penny, you know what? It's never too late nor too early to start a good skincare routine. For me, it's feeling inspired inspired by skincare that makes it so rewarding. I love you. Lux says, please do a review of Pillow Talk Derm. The serum, the product seems good. Yes. So, very kindly, so I did a review, like initial first impressions of it, and the Pillow Talk Derm team reached out to me and said, Rob, we'd love to send you the product so you can actually put them through the paces and give an honest review, which I really love. I think my initial thoughts were price point, a little bit on the high side, but not terrible, but the products look really good. So I cannot wait to bring you a full review when I've tried their products, because the packaging is so appealing. Let's see. Christina says, I will share a swatch of the Facebook group of the Azelic acid serum. Thank you, Christina. We love you. Penny says, bought the vitamin C of Geek and Gorgeous along others. Love that one. Can I use it every day? Yeah, absolutely. It's 15%. You can use it every day. But if it's new to you, maybe introduce it gradually and build up to every day. Nancy says, you mentioned the ordinary caffeine under eye serum. Do you recommend that for under eye circles? You said you don't recommend concealer. I don't mind the ordinary caffeine eye serum. I wouldn't use it every day because it might strip and dry the under eye. I would probably use it if it was up to me, I'd probably use it every time you need to look like you're snatched under eye best. Every day it can be a little bit irritating, so I'm just going to call that out. I do like it though. It works quite well for me, and I do find as long as you don't use it every day, you can use a concealer on top of it. Amy says, yes, Rob, I have some broken capillaries around the base of my nose. I have to say those zaps are the most painful. I'll keep you posted. Thank you. Much appreciated. Suzanne says, I bought the Vichy Sulfur Spot treatment because it has no salicylic acid. Can I mix this one with the moisturizer, right? Yes. Yes, Suzanne. Also, that is so good because you're right. It's got no salicylic acid in it. And it is just a really good one. A bit of anti-aging. Mixed in with your moisturizer. Your skin will love it. Don't put it under your nose if it's too pungent. That's the only thing. Because that one is a little bit on the pungent side. But the results are amazing. Emma's case is Babs. She was stinky with style. She was. She had her own style. She did really pong though. Angela says, first off, I want to say thank you for being such an informative YouTuber. Thank you. Honesty and sincerity from you. Thank you, Angela. That means a lot to me. And we love you. Solve, great to see you, my love. AB says, can I use the ordinary glycolic in the day? You absolutely can, but I probably wouldn't use it every day. It might be a little too potent. Sweet Tea says, Rob, best products to dry crepey skin on the body. Ceramides, peptides, and definitely a little urea in your life, because that'll soften everything down, firm everything up, and just smooth it out. It will take a little bit of time, particularly on the body. Give it a couple of months, but you'll definitely pay dividends. Sean said, recently found an interesting British brand, Thunderbird. Worth a review. Oh, Sean, I will check that out. I love the name of that, so I'll check that out. Galician says, what are some sunscreens that you recommend that come in large bottles? I love the Garnier Ombre Solaire Hydra Protect 24, 250ml, amazing. Best one, it's like £5. Angela says, now a question. Have you ever heard of anyone having a reaction to the beauty of Joseon SPF? I haven't, but you know what? It's perfectly possible. I don't know anyone that has had a reaction to it. Doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And I guess it's like, I think I would say when it comes to all sunscreens, patch test before you use them, and just make sure that they're compatible with your skin. I haven't personally heard of anyone having an issue with the Beauty of Joseon one, but it's perfectly possible that someone has. Swinny says, Rob, do you ever do an in-office deep peel from a dermatesthetician? I had a salicylic acid peel a couple of years ago. Really liked it. I probably would go for one again. A Jesna's peel is great for hyperpigmentation. I just haven't had one because of the whole COVID thing happened and lockdowns and all of that, but I would definitely have one, yes. AB says, lemon sugar on the face daily. Okay, no, wouldn't recommend it. Anne says, I've got a bit of hyperpigmentation for the sun this year, so if you could recommend something. Azelaic acid, tranexamic acid used together, perfect pairing for tackling hyperpigmentation. You get really quick results as well. Joe says, in Canada, Eucerin is a lovely urea pair replenishing face cream. Thanks for sharing. Love Eucerin as well, so thank you for that. Angela says, I've tried Beauty of Joseon twice and now it's fine, but when I first put it on, it gets a bit red. Just double check, just make sure. Sometimes products can take a bit of adjustment, but just make sure that it's not something you're reacting to because you don't want that long term. Lux says, are you going to disclose UVA protection from the Man About sunscreen? Absolutely, no problem in that. I expect other brands, so I'm happy to disclose it myself. Alien says, hey guys, Rob, and that'll be in the launch video when it comes. Alien says, hi guys, Rob, my most bought skincare product from 2022 is definitely your serum. Yes. Rob, have you bought any of the new Eyelids of Skin serum yet? Oh, I've been tempted. I keep looking at it. That packaging is so holographic and amazing. I think I am going to order it and treat myself, Aileen, to be honest, but it looks so good. I'm hanging it out because I wonder if they might have a Black Friday sale. If they do, I'll definitely buy it. So Sweet Tea said, it looks like Rob is making a Zoom style horror movie. All Zoom is a horror movie. It could be because of all the movies I've been watching. We love that. Let's see. International language says, ooh, retinol. Yep, coming your way. Lorelei says, hello, can you put a makeup product that has a physical sunscreen on top of a chemical sunscreen? Absolutely, you can. No problem at all. TNH says, a Zoom horror movie, the most 2020 sentence ever. Oh, absolutely. Lisa says, I'm intentionally holding off buying the Beauty of Joe's on sunscreen because I want to try Rob's first. Oh, thank you, Lisa. And I very much modelled it on the Beauty of Joe's on one to try and get the same texture, and I think I've improved on it slightly. I'll let you guys be the judge of that, though. MSK says, question is, Nighttime Before Christmas, a Christmas movie or Halloween movie? Ooh, I'm going to say both. I'm hedging my bets. Both. So, Sweet Tea says, if that cat bed behind you moves on its own, I'm screaming. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't need that. Suzanne says, curry time, stuff in my face now. Oh, nom, nom. That sounds amazing. Suzanne, enjoy, enjoy. Angela says, tinted or untinted sunscreen? I prefer untinted chemical sunscreens, personally. John Chaffee said, I think all the sunscreens should come in a minimum 100ml. I'm coming around to that persuasion, not just because I've created my own in 100ml, but I kind of think, yeah, that's just the best way of minimizing, waste and just getting maximum benefit. Laura, and I realised that Laurie said asking, is my sunscreen tinted or unscreen? It's untinted and it's chemical. We will be launching a mineral one shortly. Christina says, in your opinion, what's the best drugstore skin line? I love the Boots Ingredients line, so good. I love the Meat Plus range by Superdrug. They're my two absolute favourites. Christina says, yeah, all in for untinted sunscreen. Had too many bad experiences. I agree. D said, and rosehip seed oil considered vitamin C active. Thank you, Rob. It's not. Rosehip seed oil isn't occlusive. It's really, really good. Great if you've got acne-prone skin. Also has some anti-aging benefits. MSK says, seriously, why are there even 50ml sunscreens? Yeah, I agree. You can also get 30 and 40ml sunscreens. You don't need that. You need a bigger bottle. We need a bigger bottle. KMN says, Mum said you Brits are having a hard time with the energy crisis. Do you know what? I always think, so this is, putting this aside, there are some people in the UK that are really struggling with their bills at the moment, like really struggling. And I think, my heart goes out to anyone that has to kind of, joking aside, I'll say, like, I can afford to put the fire on if I want to put the fire on. I'm just too cheap to. But there are some people that genuinely can't afford to, and my heart goes out to them. There is quite a lot of support coming through, but I think it's not advertised particularly well. So I think a lot of people will hopefully read their statements and be like, oh, we've got some support added, because I think we all get like £400 or something, I don't know. But it's not probably advertised, so I think people are sat there now worrying. Hopefully when they see their statements, I'm just hoping that people will be surprised in a good way. I don't know. But yes, things are very expensive, like gas and electric wise here in the UK at the moment. I think that's the dog making a noise outside. 1 second, I'm just going to call him in. Lawn! Come on, in you come. Lawn! In! Come on in, good boy. You can see everyone now. So, for those of you, that was a bit of an interlude. This is my pupster Lawn, who has been outside for an hour and a half doing, what were you actually doing? Oh, not that. What were you actually doing out there? Other than barking at the neighbour's dog and being a general jerk. What were you doing? No, not going to say. You're covered in dust, dog. Go down. So there you go. I paid the puppy tax, so no one can complain they didn't get puppy. So yeah, I think it's going to be very expensive for gas and electric. I think they want us to use less gas and electric as well, because I think there's not going to be enough to go around. So anyway, I'm doing my bit. I'm not putting the washing machine on at peak times. I'm cutting back on the amount of gas and electric, saving for families and older people that actually need it. So I'm doing my bit, and it's also saving me money, so I'm all good. And I bought an Oodie, an all-in-one, so that's going to keep me warm. Let's see. Let's see where we are. Debbie says, "Ooh, I have a question. What's your opinion on epidermal growth factors?" I'm not sold it. Lon, why are we growling? No. I'm not a big fan of epidermal growth factors. I don't think there's enough science behind how effective they are, and I've used them, and anecdotally, I've not got the results that I wanted from them. So Jan wants suggestions for horror movies. I'm too much of a wimp to watch horror movies, so I'll leave it for others to make that recommendation. Angela said, when are you going to sell in New York? We already do. We ship internationally, so you can buy any of the Mad About Skin products internationally. It's free shipping to the UK, it's reduced shipping to the EU countries, and it's also, let me get this right. So it's free shipping to the UK, it's free shipping to the UK. It's also free shipping to Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland. also get free shipping. To the EU countries, it's £2.99, so reduced shipping. That's because there are the EU imposed some fees on the shipping, which has to be covered by that, which is why the non-EU countries don't pay that. And then internationally, it's a standard shipping rate, which gives you guaranteed, tracked, and insured shipping, so you know where it is, end to end, which hopefully makes it easier for people to know exactly what they're buying and when and all of that good stuff. So yes, you can buy in New York, no problem at all. DB said there is somewhere that azelaic acid can cause thinning. Is there any evidence? No, not that I've read, but I'll have a look straight after this. Let's see. Anne says, can you use your sunscreen around the eyes? You can. Of course, different people have different sensitivities. You absolutely can use it around the eyes. I've had no problems. If you've got very sensitive eyes, of course, it's going to be down to the individual, but I don't know anyone that's tried it that's had a problem with it. Frisky Blaze, it feels a bit like the smallest tubes of sunscreen, always the most expensive ones. Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hey, let's see. Brianna says, what's the best moisturizer and cleanser with no actives or anything, which is irritating? I like that. I always go for the e.l.f. Holy Hydration ones. The fragrance-free and a fragrance version, so choose the one that works for you. Works so, so well. Swinny says, Rob, is there any cruelty-free replacement for the Cerave healing ointment? Yes, if you can get to Aldi, Lacura do a version of it, which is really, really good. You can also get, is it Vanicream do one? Oh, do you mind just cutting and pasting that in the main comment section, and I will have a look and get back to you so I can give you the very right name, because I'm not 100% sure what the name of it is. Scott says, we need to have a Mad About Skin horror movie sub-forum. I'm too much of a wimp to do that. Christina says, I'll post some of the grapes. We don't crush them old style. We use a modern machine. We might just do that for fun. Although the wasps and bees might not agree. That's true. Yeah. That's not good. You don't want wasps and bees. Oh, I love it. Suzanne says, imagine Christina working so hard on those grapes, making wine for it to be boxed instead of bottles. Suzanne, wash your mouth out. There is nothing, let this just be heard loud and clear, there is nothing wrong with boxed wine. And I've got Tom to back me up on that. Lorraine says, can you put makeup product as a physical sunscreen? Yeah, we've covered that. Jen says, what do you recommend for crepey eyelids that I can use? Can you use the Duraline? Yes, that's what I would recommend. Jennifer, great to see you, my love. Sending love. Solvik says, for those who enjoy horror movies, may I suggest a Netflix series about Goop? It scared the pants out of me. That's the Gwyneth Paltrow line. It is terrifying. It is terrifying. That's a good horror film. Love that. Absolutely love that. Sweet Tea says, Scott, yes. Oh, no, wait. Debbie says, now I've got to give in Facebook, and I'm taking a break from my social media. Oh, Debbie, well, sometimes we all need to take a break, and I'm just going to send you so much love. Where are we at? Seashire says, hey, Mad About Skin family, better late than never. I'll watch from the beginning on replay. We love you, Chris, and we love you. Hope all is amazing with you. So KMN got to dash out, sending you lots and lots of love and lots of hugs. Augie, I hope I'm right, says, can you recommend Japanese or Korean vitamin C? Yeah, the Roto Milano vitamin C is probably my favourite. I think that's Japanese, or is it Korean? I can't remember, but either way, it is amazing. One of my favourites because it genuinely just delivers. It's in an airtight packaging, so it's super convenient. You don't have to, worry too much about it oxidizing. It kind of is stabilized. The only thing that's the drawback is they don't tell the exact concentration, but I got really good results with it, so I don't mind that too much. Not at all. So yeah, that would be what I would recommend. I'm trying to think of some other ones that people are. Just avoid Dear Claire's. That's an absolutely terrible vitamin C. They don't tell you anything about it. And I'm just generally not that big a fan, so yeah, I would definitely not recommend that one. Now I'm just going to choose the premium music for today. We have some really different ones. I think, have we had dramatic before? I think we've had dramatic before. We've had kids, we've had sci-fi, sportif, inspirational, happy, funky. I don't know that we've had contemporary because it wasn't very contemporary. We've had cinematic. Let's go for ambient. There you go. Ambient. Done. That's the one we're going for today. I have very low expectations of ambient. I have a sneaking suspicion it will be terrible. Let's have a look. See. Christina, the other Christina says, am I the only person who doesn't like La Roche-Posay? Why is it highly recommended? No, I think like all brands, they have their favourites, they have their fails. People do go overboard with certain brands, and I think La Roche-Posay was one of them, but I quite like them. I like some of their products, but they're not the only brand that exists. There's plenty of other options. So you're not on your own. Let's see. Where we're at. Oh, I think I might have missed some comments, but I'm just gonna go from where I think I am, because I've done that thing where I lost where I am in the chat again. So Donna says, I need a recommendation. Have really dry, sensitive skin due to autoimmune disease, and I'm struggling to find a brand. I think Aveeno will work really well for you. Really great for sensitive skin and really, really hydrating, calming and soothing at the same time. But if you've got an autoimmune disease, I would probably check with your prescriber or a medical professional that you're with. They might be able to give you a more specific recommendation that's just to you. Now, we have got 4 minutes left. I'm going to blitz through as many of these comments and questions as possible. So if you haven't already, if you can minimize the chat, hop over, give that like button a gentle caress, and then when you get back, it maximizes the chat, takes you back to where you were. We're at 123 likes, which is absolutely amazing, close to the record. I'm sure we can pass it by the end of this. And then we're going to move on to today's video, which is on what I think is my new holy grail for hydration, which is the Ordinary Marine Hyaluronics. You're not going to want to miss it, because obviously you're going to want to hear the hold music, the premiere music at least, because it's a highlight, let's be honest, of everyone's weekend. And today we've got ambient. Don't know what that means. Probably going to be terrible. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know what that means in the context of YouTube. Could mean anything. So I'm going to blast through as many comments as possible. Lorne is ragging his bed. Lorne, dear, let's not do that. No. You see, Sweet Tea was worried that that bed would move. It is moving, but it's a Daxon that's doing it. You're getting a lot of, you're getting a lot of love, Lorne. I don't know why, because you've been a little jerk today. A little jerk. Anna says, have you tried the Lacura Vitamin C eye cream? It smells the exact same as the Ole Henriksen. What retinol? I love it. It is really good, and it's an exact dupe. A really good product. What retinol eye creams would you suggest? I would reach for the Beauty of Joseon Retinol. It's better than retinol, and it works really, really well. So Katharina, great to see you. Says, I missed the live again. Gotta get my life in better shape so I can join next week. Lots of love. We missed you, Katharina, but it's good to see you at least, and it's always on the replay squad, so do not worry. Oh, you are getting so much love, Lorne. I don't get half as much of attention as you do. I'm so jealous. Christine says, hi from the Pacific Northwest in the UK. Finally made it to a live stream. It's a beautiful sunny 67 degrees. Sending you lots of love, Christine, and we're so glad that you could join us. Julia said, lactic acid 5% or lactic acid 10% for my skin. Very accustomed to 7% glycolic acid, in which case go for the 10%. It's about the equivalent of the 7% glycolic acid toner, less drying in my experience. You see, Sweet Tea said, see, the bed moved. It did, Lon. Are you going to say goodbye to everyone before... Lon says, make sure you meet us on the premiere. You don't want to miss out on today's video, and give it a like. There you go. That's his stupid dog voice. You are such a little cutie. You are such a cutie. So you've got 2 lots of dog in your life, and he is saying he's going to fall out with anyone that doesn't hang around for the premiere. So, you know what? Danny says, we love jerks, don't we? We do. He's got a lot of small dog with a lot of personality. Let's say Eloise says, whole different live stream if you did the same as Lorne. Yeah, pretty much. Suzanne says, you're just adorable as Lorne. Who else gives us such unique giggle and pudding hat? This is true. All our animals have separate voices, don't they, Lorne? Yes, they do, which makes me the bigger jerk, I think. Suzanne said, that voice was choice. Burn. You know what? I've lost it. I've lost it. I have nothing else to say. I have got to the end of the comments, which I think I skipped quite a few because of the stupid YouTube losing the place in it. So if I didn't get round to your comment, don't worry. If you drop it in the main comment section, I will get back to you straight after this live stream. We've hit 130 likes, which is a new record. And honestly, I love you all so much. Oh, Strathy says, lawn sausage. I just got it. Yeah, anyone that's Scottish or Northern UK, he's called Lorne because he's a sausage dog. Lorne sausage is my favourite type of sausage, so just saying. Eva says, Ollie, my Jack Russell Terrier, says, woof woof to Lorne. You see, Lorne? Lorne says, thank you. Anyway, that's enough of that voice. Let's just quit while we're not ahead. Right, I'm going to move everyone over to today's live stream and to today's premiere, which is on my favourite hydrating serum. If you can stay for the whole premiere, we'll be chatting throughout. If you can't, don't worry. If you just hop over there, give it a like, it'll be there for wherever you need it. I'm going to send you so much love. Thank you for making my Saturday as magical as always, and I'm going to see you in 2 minutes over on the live stream. Now it's time to turn your volume down because the ambient music is definitely going to be ear burning. Sending you so much love. See you over on the premiere.